golden now. Is it good now? The chess speaks for itself. Are we good now? Actually, I could listen in. Still no audio. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, Twitch can hear me. Oh, okay, YouTube can hear me too. Right. Whew! So I was saying, unless you can lip read, that this game was played by the legendary Parimarjan Negi, or I don't know how to say his name. And that dude has virtually vanished, as far as I'm aware, from the chess scene. So if anyone knows what's cooking with good old Indian GM Parimarjan Negi, please inform me in the chat. Because I'm curious. Dude even had some cool books and courses. Anyway, long story short, his opponent chickened out and played bishop d6. Welcome to the Chicken Chess Club, my good friend. Horsey to f6, hoppity hop, rook e1, castles, and bishop b2. Now we are putting some extra heat on e5. b5 is now a pending threat, and once the knight is a goner, so is the e5 pawn. Or, not quite as it turns out, because after b5, knight a5, this is a fat tempo on the bishop. Question for the chess friends. Where do we retreat the bish? Hello everyone who just tuned in. So where do we go with the bishop? The abominable Joe Man says f1, and that is because he is a classy player. You should not worry about retreating the bishop here. This looks undeveloping, but the first thing that you need to observe is that there is no better square. We don't want to trade it. We don't want to obstruct the pawn on e2. It interferes with the vision of the rock, and so by far the best one is f1, and you can find later a proper square for it. It's not anywhere near as sad as it may appear, because there are more important things happening on the board right now, and that one is going to be the pawn hanging on e5, and adding to that is the d4 thrust, which is going to completely blast the position open on e5 from black's perspective. Here you go, d4. Exclam. Now after takes, which is more or less forced, e5 is winning the easiest. Strangely enough, our friend did not play this move. What is black's only hope after e5 to at least get some material out of this Shimazoli? Bouncing across. Hey. I don't think I know you, friend. Welcome in. Please, if you are new to the party, don't forget to follow me on both Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. Bishop b4 indeed. However, this is perfectly insufficient. Take, and yeah, honestly, I'm baffled why he didn't do this. It's completely winning. Instead, he played the very cute and also winning Queen d2, which attacks the knight and also removes the possibility of bishop b4. Now black counter-cuted white by playing queen e7, which is complete bollocks, but at least it's trying to be clever. What's cooking here in case white takes queen a5? What is going on? Oh, lordy lord. Yeah, that's right. Bishop b4 was the plan of the cheeky dude. Now, again, I would like to stress that this doesn't quite work, but here I would like to invite you to come with me on a calculating exercise. Watch this. Queen takes c7, bishop takes e1, knight takes e1, and queen b4 attacking b2 and e1 simultaneously. In that position, white can actually save the two pieces. How? There is one move only. Guys, I am gonna... Whoa, hello, what was that? Can someone please tell me if you can see... If you are watching on a phone, I want you to tell me if you can see the edges of the board, in particular the 8th rank. Is there anyone watching on a phone? Especially I'm talking to the YouTube viewers. If you are watching on a phone, can you please tell me if the visual is okay? Okay, thank you. So what is the move? Guys, you're not following. You're trying to calculate a different line. So one more time, what I want you is to calculate this, not bishop a3 here. Take, knight takes and queen b4. And I need a move after queen b4. Maybe YouTube did it. Oh yes, YouTube did it big time. It's a bit cut off. Cannot see the edges properly. Okay, that's very weird. That is really and truly weird. So I'm gonna do a slight shrink. Is it better now? 93 it is, by the way. Well done. 93 it is. Yes. Shout out to my good friend Sholom, who is telling me how to, or rather that this is not quite the perfect cut. So indeed 93 is a super cute punch that prevents all kinds of trouble. Again, Negi opted out of this as well and went for the supremely chickeny a3. But since now both this and this is on, the game is over. The game ended knight takes e4, queen a5, and the rest is history, GG. That was a bit of a meh kind of game, wasn't it? But we want a little bit more sparkly stuff, I dare say. So let me see if I can... if I can come up with a delicious one. OG. Okay. Marginally better. Okay, well. Here we go, baby. Okay. Thank you, Strawbacks. You absolute legend. Thank you. Okay, now I try to adjust a bit more. I'm sorry, this is, guys, the first time I do this, so it's gonna be a bit fiddly until we find the perfect perfect settings. Smernista, thank you for tuning in, bruv. Hello, hello. Okay, next game is going to be a little bit of higher quality. Or rather, I should say more exciting. We are now going on to the Italian. No, I'm not gonna do this. One more time. Yep, 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 yep. Are we good to play d4 here, folks, or not? That is the question. My other question for the YouTube viewers is that I have adjusted a little bit the edges. Can you please come back? Actually, I could watch myself, but I'm too stupid to do that. Can someone please confirm or deny if we look semi-decent? No. Not really. Okay, I get what the problem is. We need to bring the board down. It's mostly the 8th rank that is a problem. So let's do this. Thank you so much again for the follows and all that jazz. I apologize to everyone who is tuning in for the first time and is wondering about what the heck is going on with this dude fixing the stream, but this is the first one. I totally agree with the sentiment that okay, so the edges are still a little bit out. I am sorry, guys, that I'm fixing the stream while it's happening, but apparently lining up the board against the edges of the screen is not good, and I didn't know this. Okay, we'll do this. And again, we'll come down a bit. On top of my ugly head. Let's do this. Okay, I'm not going to adjust the board anymore. Oh, maybe I will if I stick my head into it. Okay, so the answer to the question is the pressure on e4, perfectly irrelevant. What you want to do is to play d4, and if they take, you just castle. And if they take again, you play knight c3, and now the knight d5 threat is absolutely deadly. Okay, the game went in a different way because after d4, black immediately dropped the bishop back to b6. Mr. Hokidu, thank you for the comment about the view, but you need to watch it on a phone to actually see how good or how bad it is. Because the edge of the screen is different. Alright, what do we do? Thank you. What do we do? It's freaking ridiculous that I still can see the edges. Alright, moves please, ladies. Moves please. d5, be very careful with that because the knight actually does not have to go to a5. In fact, that would be a blunder. After d5, the knight is going to go back to b8. And you could argue that you want a big fat tempo on it. but you shut down this diagonal, you opened up this diagonal, and that is not necessarily the best course of action. Also, I can go to d8, which people used to play back in the day as well. Anyway, the game saw bishop g5. I just would have castled here, to be honest. Castle appears to be best. Bishop g5. Yeah, bishop g5 played. Knight f6. d5. Now, there is a very, very, very cute idea here. Who can tell me what's wrong with this? This is really, really cool, actually. Very cool. No man with, but similar, yeah. I don't think that the two had anything to do with one another. So, what we're doing? Thank you, Summer Boo. You are very kind. Yeah, the irony is that both King E2 and King F1 are winning on the spot, because now we have got two pieces hanging. You are threatening to take this, and you are also threatening to take F2 after you capture F6. The point of the sack, of course, is that after King takes Knight E4, this is gonna get messy. This is gonna get messy. Whereas, if you let's say go King F1, the knight buggers off, you take King F2, and you are a clean piece up, and the game is over. Okay, so game continued. Knight B8. And here white played a move that I absolutely love, and I want everyone to remember this like your life depended on it, because this concept is a life changer, and it's not unique to this position. That's the best part about it. It is a generic concept that pops up in many openings, and Twitch chat is already screaming the move at me, absolutely screaming at me. Twitch chat is full of chess animals. D6. Ladies and gents, this is Morphy at his finest. The idea is that we want to hinder the development of the bishop, whilst also activate our bishop. That is exactly what it is, Smurfette. Not TikTok, it's YouTube. It is YouTube. D6. Black decided to take like so. Interestingly enough, after queen takes, one should not be averse to the queen trade even, because this pawn formation is one of the ugliest in the history of humankind. And if white can plant the knight here and here, the f5 one is super easy to see. Maybe we can do something like this to get to d5 with the other one. This is gonna look golden. Oddly, black took back with the pawn, which I think was very, very stupid. Tikari! Hello, hello. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Tikari. Yeah, bishop d5 was played, immediately blockading the pawn. This is a very clever... Actually, sorry. Stand corrected. Wasn't played, but one of the best moves on the board. To blockade this, so this can't move either. This is what you call in chess S and M. Mostly it's S. There is not much M in it. It's sadism. This is the sticks and stones of chess without black giving approval. No safe word was handed out on this occasion. No safe word was handed out by black. Unfortunately, he got himself into this without approval. Rightio. Knight a3 was played instead, which I also find very, very strong. Lex, you need to email me, but you need to be mindful that I'm currently very, very, very heavily booked out. Knight a3. By the way, note the impeccable development. Bishop takes f2. We saw this coming from 5,000 miles away. Total ignore. Now the bishop had to run back. Okay, what would you do here? Apart from the obvious bishop d5. What is our best course of action here to continue the punchy chess? Bling Bling Stami says that he just beat an 1850 FIDE rated player in standard time. She's from the Netherlands. First of all, what on earth are you doing being awake in the Netherlands at this ungodly hour? Second of all, shout out to you, man. To those of you who are telling me to play knight b5, I don't disagree with you. Okay, I want to stress that this is one of the better moves white can play. But I have got a philosophical problem with this move. And my philosophical problem with this move is the fact that it forces black to play the move that they want to play. It is later in Hungary, but I'm not in Hungary. And no, by the way, Holland is further west, so... But I think it's the same time zone as Hungary. But geographically speaking, it would make more sense for it to be even later there. So, yeah, I don't like forcing the move that they want to play. For this reason, I am going to here, once again, go with Twitch. Knight h4. Bling bling. Well, don't stop now, buddy. Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Enjoy the party. Enjoy the party. Knight h4. And what you observe now is that the move that they want to play is actually pretty bad. Because now knight f5, is it actually what was played? No. Queen d8 and rook f1 introduces a very filthy game-winning threat. What is that threat? What is the threat? YouTube is shy to say anything. Saccharino. Knight takes h7 is a little bit illegal, but I know what you mean. By the way, guys, in case you are wondering why I changed the layout, I was advised to do this because apparently it increases views on YouTube. You know what's funny? Right now, we have got significantly more YouTube viewers than Twitch. Yes, knight g7 is the winning idea, and it's virtually unstoppable. Knight h6 is dirty too, by the way. Right, game continued d5. Knight f5. Queen c5. Now I need a tough move. A good move. A pretty move. No, it's the same bless, and if you are the bless I'm thinking of, then I understand your pain, but unfortunately, I have decided to please YouTube. Since Twitch hasn't been particularly nice to me, I'm now favoring the YouTube folks. Bishop e3 is indeed a good move, but by no means best. In fact, Bishop e3 was played in the game. Queen d4 is quite a unique idea. Same blast, right, okay, yeah, I thought so, and I'm very sorry to bring you the bad news that this is what it is on Twitch as well. And it's likely to stay like this, at least for a short period. So I hope you will still find some enjoyment out of this. Give me an alternative to Bishop e3. Rook f1, brilliant. Best move. What do we do after dc? We simply take this, and then f6 is going to hang. However, it's somewhat important that we don't do this, because that has made many a man to quit game for good. Uninstall chess. Minhajul Islam. What a name. I'm sorry, but I'm fascinated by names, and Minhajul tells me more of an Indian or Pakistani, but Islam obviously means Muslim. So my guess is that this friend of mine is from Pakistan. Right, so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, never mind. So knight h5, d5, knight f5, queen c5, bishop e3 played. Not best, but good. Queen c7, awful blunder. Knight g7, king f8, I need a good move. I need Indian, right, okay. Apologies if I offended you with the Pakistani, but that made more sense to me. Will blunder something with the sub. Dude, I don't recall seeing you around. Thank you so much, my much valued friend. So what do we do here, folks? Bishop h6. Good, good, because none was intended. Bishop h6, very neat. Okay, now we are threatening to pick off the lady with knight e6. Discover check, so king g8 is more or less forced. By the way, fun fact for you, this piece formation here is completely stock standard. Like one of the most commonly occurring scenarios in Backhouse and Crazy House chess alike. Like both of them feature this. And the most common mate pattern is that you pull the knight back and then you drop another one on e7, even if e7 is covered. For the friends of Crazy House and Backhouse. Okay, what do we do? Considering that it's actual chess. Queen d3, not bad. Not bad. But I think I would have knight takes e4 against this, and then you can't slide across there, right? Knight f5. Knight f5 is met by d6, no? And then I'm threatening to take. This is why it works in Crazy House, but it doesn't work in chess, because you don't have a knight in the hand to drop here. Now it's a different move altogether. No one has mentioned it. No, h3 is too passive. No, 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 no. Queen takes pawn. Wasn't this on? Bishop d5 is possible, but it doesn't create a threat. There is an absolutely outlandishly crazy... Queen e1 is very, very close. Very close. Knight e8. YouTube chat. You animals. That move is pure insanity. Horsey takes, queen takes, and now Matutsky on f7. Look at this. d6, rook f1, bishop e6, and now let's see who takes the glory first. Huh. Someone dared to message me. Twice, in fact. Okay, I need to get back to this guy. He wants to sell me a property that I don't even have half of the money for. Take it, baby! Sacrifice the queen! Because unlike sacking the walk, this is just Carnage City. Takes is a beautiful Matutsky, as my good friend Mr. Ashley, Grandmaster Maurice Ashley would say. Very good. That's how the absolutely bananas knight e8 works. The game saw queen d2 with the idea of coming in from here. Queen d8. Knight f5. Ready for the grand finale. It's not gonna be that great, but it's not gonna be too bad either. Knight takes e4. So far, so good. Queen d5. No worries. Queen f6. And now I need a coup de grace. I need the coup de grace. Rook f8 was made. Yeah, probably. I don't know which line you guys are talking about, but I think you are correct. Excusez-moi. So, super sexy mate. Oh, Blast is coming in with the goods. And guy with no skills on Twitch also proves that his name is full of BS, because he does have the required skills with a Z to find his brilliance with a Matutsky. Alright, chat. What do we say? Was it good? Was it decent? Was it brilliant? Was it fun? Not bad at all, eh? I quite enjoyed it. That much is certain. Okay, let me find our next contestant for Beauty of the Day award. Top notch. Wow. Cool, cool, cool. I like. Okay, I have shown this already on stream once. But I'm going to show it again because this is such an epic business. This time around, we are going to be in the black trunks. And actually, it's quite a high-profile game. Two 2480 rated players from 2013. So these are not, you know, some nobodies, but people who know how to move chess pieces in the 64 squared universe. Hello, Senor Thompson. C3, B5. Welcome to Mayhem City. There is nothing rational coming out of this opening, but that's why we like chess, because it's chaotic here. If only I remembered what page I was on. Here we go. Bishop F1, knight to D5. Note that this covers an attack on G5, and therefore this is only a minor inconvenience. It's like when you have an annoying kid. That's a minor inconvenience too, right? Why is the screen vertical? Because nowadays, humans between the age of 15 to shockingly old seem to live their lives on phones, and we are trying to please those humans today who watch us on a phone device. No one appreciated my minor inconvenience joke. I thought it was brilliant. Anyway, King D8, because castling is for chickens. Castles. Chicken. And I want move recommendation. Move reco, please. By the way, for those of you who are that way inclined, this is still opening theory. Oh, Sam Day also got a classical W. Brilliant news, ladies. Brilliant news all over the place. Brilliant news. Minor inconvenience. Oh, Tikari, you managed to make it 10 times better. Oh boy, that was brilliant. That actually was brilliant, unlike mine. I'm gonna read it for YouTube because they want to hear this joke. So when the canary dies, that's a minor inconvenience. If you don't get the joke, you perhaps don't know what canaries are generally used in mines. Anyways, knight f4 or bishop b7. I prefer bishop b7 because this is a very healthy developing move. Whereas knight f4 moves the same piece again. Queen f3 is more or less forced. As is black's next move. What is black's next move? ED4? Possible. But then D3 is gonna hit you with a tempo, and then white catches up in development, and that king on D8 is not gonna be a happy camper. We need something very, very sudden. Courtney, how are you going? Indeed, it is rook b8. The purpose of the move is to cover the bishop, so we managed to renew the knight f4 dirt. Fisher, this format is for the form, buddy. That's why I did it. Knight f4 hangs the bishop on b7. What's wrong with you, Fisher? This is exactly for those who watch on the phone, so that you can actually see it. Bro, I'm watching it on the phone. Perfect screen. OMG. Anyway, rook b8, threatening knight f4. Work with me. d3, queen g6, queen g3. And here comes the saddest part. By far the saddest part of this whole variation. Because we are obliged to accept the queen trade. However, as it turns out, it is by no means the end of Black's initiative. Especially if we don't talk nonsense and we take this. And instead we force them to take like this, which is going to open up the H file. So, work with me. ED, knight a3, game losing blunder. Bishop takes a3. Double exclamation mark. If anyone can explain in the chat to me why this move is good, I would be so impressed.
Good to catch you streaming again. Here's to many more months, smiley face.
Scoozy! Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. So, oh, Tiny Grimes in the house as well. Hello, senor. Okay, someone in the YouTube chat found the idea behind takes. Yeah, so this is it, guys. BA, and shockingly, knight c3 is already game winning. And the reason for that is because if white stupidly insists on keeping the piece by trading queens and then playing bishop c4, there is a very, very, very rude awakening is cooking here. Who can tell me the finish? Best sequence for black. It's insane. When I saw this first, I'm like, man, this is next level. Oh,
Try to trap their king.
Mr. Rengau in the house. Thank you so much for your generosity, my German friend. My German Indian friend, to be very precise. So, winning sequence, please. Impress me. Do not let me down. Diego Jose is telling me that we need to go check. King here. Check. King takes and king up. But there is a problem here. And that problem is that white is winning now. How? How is white winning now? Tactics found it, of course. King h3. And the king goes on a walkie-walkie. What if f5? Who is winning here, folks? Who is winning here? White is winning here. Another walk. Another walk. And white is winning. So, the question is, because this appears to be very, very close to perfect, how can we fix it? Let us fix the problem. Yeah, I am, Rengao. It's because I'm using, I'm doing a what do you call it? A YouTube short layout, so that on YouTube it is now perfectly phone friendly. If you look at the title, that's a bit of a giveaway, by the way. But I didn't mean to embarrass you with that. So the YouTube chat is suggesting King D2. That's very ambitious, but I take it means King D7. And indeed, after King D7, there is no way to stop this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, in my book, is absolute bananas. Bananas. H3 is well met by this checkmate, which is the whole point of the operation. Also known as a ouchie. That was a very, very filthy ouchie. Yes, the move order is the decisive feature. Yeah, we do win a piece at least, indeed. Yeah, bishop b5, but then I think I can just sidestep it or even go e6. Ultimately, I wiggle out of the checks and then black has to give up. White has to give up a piece. Okay, next, guys, is going to be a really, really, really high-profile encounter. A Georgian female or women's world champion against, I think, the first Asian grandmaster. Who can guess the players? Yeah, King D7 or King E7 were identical. My Vietnamese friend, I get it from the Nguyen, which I think is pronounced as win, funnily enough. Okay, so Asia's first GM. Nobody's taking the bait there. Asia's first GM, come on. And the Georgian lady world champ. No, Chet is dead. Rather dead. Sultan Khan. Good guess. Good guess. Good guess. Loving the Sultan Khan. Gapridashvili, close, but it was the other one. Spanish Giri. Ouch. So we have got Chiburtanidze behind the white pieces, but I'm more surprised that people don't know who the first Asian Grandmaster was. Vichy, no, not even close. He was India's first. The first Asian Grandmaster, guys, was Eugenio Torre from the Philippines. And the funny thing is that at the time of the game, they were both rated 25-55. 2555, both players. But only one of them played to the level. Let's see who that was. Sacrifice Master! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very, very much indeed. 93 castles, nothing untoward so far. H3. Knight D7. Can anyone explain to me this move? This is probably a move that would surprise many of you. Can we give it an explanation? Mandog is with the correct answer. Let me see if YouTube is taking the bait. No. No, YouTube is not responding to knight d7. So indeed, the idea is this cute maneuver, knight c5, knight d6, to target the outpost on d4. And indeed, a secondary benefit is that it opens up the f-file. Goody. Knight d7, bishop e3. And here, occasionally they might, yes, depending on what white does. Now I wouldn't, but it's definitely a long-term plan. Now in this position, Torre played bishop f6. I find this odd. I wouldn't have played this move, that's for sure. It's not bad, but it's a bit strange. Obviously the idea is to try to contest the d4 break. Knight d5 played, knight d4 played. I have to say that although it looks clumsy, it also makes a lot of sense. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, Pet Fella, you legend. You absolute legend. Knight takes d4 played. Ed. Knight f6. Queen takes, defending the pawn. Bishop c1. Give me a good move for black. Ironically, it wasn't played. Best move for black, in fact, is what I'm after. C6, second best. There are three moves, roughly revolving around the same idea, that would give the upper hand to black. C6 is one. Knight b6 with the same idea is also there. Knight c5 was played in the game. C4 per YouTube chat is illegal. It's queen g6, guys. Queen g6. And the idea is that after castle c6, bishop a4, knight c5, there is a fair bit going on here. This is hanging. There is a lot of pressure here and here. And indeed, against an ordinary move, that would relieve the pressure on here. Black has now the thematic break, which man with head of dog is gonna tell us. F5, chess lover stepped in first. Beauty. Further pressuring this, opening the F file. Sexy chess. Very good. Torre played knight c5 first. This is less accurate. b4. Drum rolls, please. Brilliant move, please. a6. Just because they attack your piece, it doesn't mean that you can't counterpunch. Queen g6 is also interesting, but I'm afraid it loses a piece, right? So let's not go there. Yeah, a6. And here Chibutanidze made a serious mistake with bishop a4. bc, ab, take, take, take. And here queen e5 is the recommended move. I thought c3 would be much better. And almost certainly black is better here. Questions? Nope. Good. Okie dokie. So back to the game. So our lovely lady played here, bishop a4. Oops, sorry. Take. Take. Good move, please. I don't know the apple mibnable when you wanted to play bishop c6. I thought that was hanging. b5 is second best. The problem with b5 is that the bishop on b7 doesn't really stand that great. Not yet. I really dislike c5 very much, actually, because after take now it is white who is going to be able to generate kingside play with f4 like castles, and then f4 is pending. I don't like this. I think the full-out move is obvious here, really. I should rather say, yeah, so queen g6 is a given, right? Sorry. That's no-brainer, because now they can't castle because it gets hit with bishop takes, yeah? However, Chibudanidze thought that she was gonna survive the consequences of g4. What have we got to say about this outrage? Fireworks! I like that. I like that. Fireworks, baby, says Chess Lover. All right, bring it. Show me the fireworks. Hirad, welcome in. I can see already at least one correct solution. Jazz, I respect your take on this. The sad reality is that we have got more viewers on YouTube as a result of the layout than we have on Twitch. B5 is second best. B5 is second best. Queen takes F6. What? Hello? Yeah, the YouTube chat figured it out too. It is, guys, F5. When a move is designed to stop a particular move from our side, the first thing you should always check is if you can still do it. Oh, I see. And of course, the point of the operation is that if white plays EF5, then we take, and Queen G2 wins the house, because Rook F1, Rook E8 check loses the house. Just to stick with real estate for today. Very, very neat. They do have bishop e3, but after fe they can't castle. That's the real tragedy. If they could castle here, that would be still somewhat playable, but unfortunately it is a textbook case of out of the frying pan into the fire. Game is over. Okay, back. So after f5, dismayed, Chiburdan is played bishop b2, but of course this is too little, too late. Fe4, bishop takes, ed. This is actually carnage. F5 was the key point of the game. Bishop e3, bishop e6, and white give up. She's losing every single pawn on the board. And the king is completely insecure on top of that. It was a quite surprising game in the sense that white collapsed here in a blink of an eye after some poorly selected trades. Okay, next banger is going to be the next banger. Wait for me. Wait for it. Oh! Hello! What a motif! I have never seen this before. Here! Check this out. Wowzers. E4, E5. Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop B5. A6, Bishop A4, D6. The so-called deferred Steinitz. Castles, Bishop G4, H3, H5. We all know this nonsense. Obviously, if we take on G4, we get checkmated down here. No one wants to play like this. not fun, don't do it. But at the same time, with h5, black has created exactly 0 threats. They like to have this illusion that they can pile up on you with queen f6. Sometimes bring this knight in here, but all of this is slow. Takes d4. There's a very famous Fischer game where Fischer dismantles black like crazy in this line. Queen f6 played as per suggested. Knight d2, no worries. And knight d7 played. By the way, knight d2 here is not best, for the record, but it's one of the better moves. Knight d7, rook e1, and now black decided to pull the bishop back. The reason for this is because if I continue the plan, then after take knight h2, all of a sudden this is a very unpleasant reminder that when one has an extra piece, that extra piece can do stuff. That is what we call a big fat ouchie. It's not superlative, it's superfluous, but I take it. Yeah, you can do h2, it's objectively best, but it still loses. And here, rook e2. And yeah, the game is over. So, they drop back. They dropped back after rook e1 to bishop d7. What would you play here, guys? For white. The move played in the game was not top 3 according to the engine. D is one of the better moves. Yes, very good. Yeah, D is actually very good. Knight b3 is the engine's reco. The game saw knight c4, which is very, very human. I like this move a lot, which is often why I can't care less about what the engine says. And here, my friends, there is an insane forced win available for white. An idea that in this particular form I have never seen in my life. It's absolutely bonkers. When you know it's coming, you can find it. But if you are not prompted to look for a win here, I don't think it's an easy one. And to make it a little bit more challenging, I would like to encourage you to not to type in single moves, such as bishop g5, because everyone can see that queen e6 is there. So instead of a single move, if you could entertain me with a full line, that would impress me. I will be quiet for a little bit because this is nuts. There is a Gleck game in one of the puzzle books that I really like. I don't remember which one it is now. And in that there is a similar idea, but the execution is quite different. So I'm gonna wait for this a little bit because it's next level. Someone found it in the Twitch chat, and we are decently close. WC, in that line of yours, the black queen escapes on e4. You are very, very close, but there is a more forcing idea. That does the damage. I'm gonna show you these guys because this is sensational. So bishop g5, queen e6, d5, takes, and this is the key position. So here if you take, you botched everything. Queen f5, knight e3, queen e4, and the queen somehow always slithers away. Not good enough. So a very important calculating technique is when you calculate a line like this in your head and it doesn't work, you then don't start to look for a new candidate move from scratch. Because this line felt so close to be good, you actually disassemble it from the tail end. And you go like, what was the last move that I suspect was wrong? And so you suspect that perhaps take. Well, you would actually suspect that he knight e3 was wrong, but you will find that there is no other move to attack the queen. Then you go one back, and you realize that here we had knight d4. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an absolute banger. Take, double attack on the queen, and the pin means that the lady is lost. And with that, so is the game. Phew, baby. That is epic. That was good stuff. I like. And we got some love on Twitch from the one and only Sacrifice Master SB. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, I'm trying to find a suitable enough candidate for the last game. And with that, we're going to call it off. So one more. Okay, I have shown this one on previous streams, but I'll show this game to you again because it's a fantastic miniature and YouTube hasn't seen it. Oh, sorry, my bad. It was actually knight f6 right away. Nope, it's d4. Okay, so we went back to open Spanish after all. All theory, except black played here bishop e7, which is not really optimal. Knight e. Sorry, I'm trying to promote my lines so that I can follow the game. What am I doing? Give me a sec. Right, so 95. 95, d5, bishop b7. Development is pretty schmick. The problem is the lack of central control. And so if white plays well here, which they didn't, then yeah, we could get into trouble. Queen g4 was actually correct. Castles. And here either f3 or bishop h6 needed to be played. Instead, white went with rook e1. And this was not it, friends. I did see it, Rengao. Yes, thank you. I recognized it right away. Sorry, I forgot to respond to that. Yes. Yeah, after bishop h6, the idea for black, which makes it not that effective, is knight g5, which stops the mate and hangs the bishop. So, rook e1 played. And from here on out, guys, you are playing. You are playing. Let's see what you can come up with. F5 looks juicy, very good. I always love a good old illegal move for recommendation. I always like a good old illegal move. For the record, the best move was not played. C5 is best. C5 is best. They played D5 instead, which is second best. C3, King H8, sidestepping the bishop H6 dirt. Knight D2, and now I need another very good move, please. Mary's the machine and tells me all the time the best moves. Mary's, what's your rating, bruv? By the way. EF, knight F. Queen E2. Good moves again. Please. Bishop C5. Definitely on the money. 22 handle blitz. Impressive, brother. Impressive. Knight F3. Knight G4 played. And here is where all things went spectacularly sideways for white, who only had one move here, and that one move was Bishop G5. Can I get a super cool move here? Rapido. Eat it, I hear. Eat it. Someone is about to break into my house. Let me just check if there is anything left. Coming. I managed to defend myself against the intruders, guys. I managed. The knife was a joke because I forgot that I ordered chess books. Ha! So, there will be chess boxing videos coming soon. Queen G5 ironically only draws. Because of Knight G5, Rook F2. Queen E6, and then there is a windmill coming. Actually, there is no windmill. I stand corrected. There is a perpetual check coming, like check, and then check, and then check, and then thanks for coming. All that jazz. Yeah. So, that was white's best. However, they instead played Rook F1. And now you get to be a rock star. You get to be a rock star. Give me the goodies, give me the goodies. Rooksta, Olius. Well caught, well caught. Your brain ain't braining anymore? Jakob is on the money. Casual Dad, hello! Coming to the tail end, senor, but still catching some fireworks. So rook f3 is too soon, guys. We need to do some prep work first. By the way, is anyone interested about what's in the box? Just asking for a friend. Because I have this massive weapon in my lap and I feel like this is a slight overkill if I don't use it. Yeah, I'm not digging d4. It feels soft. Like, what do you do if I just take it? A Michael Myers mask and the set is complete. Am I too embarrassed here to admit that I have no idea who the heck Michael Myers is? I don't understand what you guys are trying to accomplish with this, by the way. Is this a yoga ball? In the size of a box like this? No. Mind you, hint, it came in a discreet packaging that does not give away at all what's inside the box. Oh, the Halloween movie horror. Yeah, I was a big fan of Scream, not the Halloween series. I liked Scream when I was like 12, but not Halloween. Oh, they inflate. Well, funnily enough, I might have bought something that also inflates and comes in a discreet packaging, if you get my gist. But no. It's a check box. Kilo of Coke. Yeah, delivered by the postie. Wouldn't that be funny? Postie knocks on the door, buggers off. Half a minute later, a few more cars rock up to my house. They also knock on the door. But this time the door comes down. Yeah, this is not cutting it, guys. So what you are all missing is the queen d6 move first, which introduces rook f3. And unfortunately for white, after g3, rook a8, queen d1 and d4, the fun is over. It is a difficult line to see, because here you need to find an unusual win. Alright, I am going to be nice to you. And I'm going to open up my inflatable lady book. Although I know full well what's in it. So what's the move here, guys? There are actually multiple wins. Jakob Agard, or rather Ogord books, maybe. Well, funnily enough, one of them is a Jakob Ogord book. Yes. The guess is correct. Invoice. Goodie. Take on f2 with something. Yes, both captures on f2 win. 95 is the weird move here. And the threat of bishop d4 followed by knight f3 is not stoppable. But the game ended in a far more spectacular fashion because h3 was played. Oh, look! There is a bird on the cover. What could that be, I wonder? When there is a bird on the cover. The bird opening. Yeah, nah, yeah. Yeah. Nah, yeah. Instead, what we have, ladies and gentlemanos, is Woodpecker 2. And as already hinted before, Mr. Ogord in the house. Endgame Labyrinths. And the big fat box without an inflatable lady Very disappointing. So, I'm sure everyone has seen the sparkling finish. Rook f3, pawn takes, and now comes the sexy. I need a beautiful move here to conclude proceedings. Would I recommend them? I don't know, dude. They just received. They have just been received. Queen g3 creates the threat of not a lot. Yeah? So let's not do that. Actually, Queen g3 creates the threat of let's lose the game with Queen f3. Chess lover in the house comes in strong with Rook h3. Brilliant. GH. Check. Check. And d4. Opening up the Matutsky avenues. And if white blocks with f3, there comes the very sad finale. Check. The layout of Woodpecker. Yes, you may. It is exactly the same as the Yusupov books by the looks of things. I don't see any arrows. What arrows? There's not a single arrow in it. Yeah, no. It's just a bucket load of positions. And I can already tell you that this book has the potential to be an absolute banger. Alright, so I am going to review the book in a YouTube video for sure. And now, speaking of YouTube, I just did. We are now going to oh, okay. Well, you didn't really see too much because of the lighting and all that jazz, but yeah. Right, I'm going to send you away to someone else. And that someone else is going to be, I think, a human. That I was fortunate enough to meet in Singapore. So, take care, folks. I might be back tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Ooh, thank you for the sub. Yeah, Howdy, that may happen.
Ever thought of making an open Sicilian for white for club players?
It might happen one day. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for YouTube. Like I said, I might be back tomorrow. Take care. Love you all. Bye.